So we have this all sorted. As you can see, there is John. So the next thing we're going to do is to make John a link so that people can just click on John's name and head over to John's profile. Okay, so I'm going to put this inside an ahref and I'm going to close it here. And remember, in RawPHP we use path4 to create a link, a reference to a link. So the route that we already know of hand is users.view, and then it also accepts an ID field. So there is an ID, and then the value of the ID is user.id. This user.id is a variable which is just like user.name, and then we are passing it to this ID because we know that in the route file, our users route, we have our users route that is expecting users.view.id. Alright, so if we come back here, we have users.view, and then we have an ID field. Okay, so when we get back and refresh, it should work perfectly. So we can head over to our edit page and make sure that our edit page works well. So I'm refreshing the view page right now. So far this is pretty cool. As you can see, this is now a link, and then we'll work on this edit because if we click it now, we're supposed to see an error because we've not fixed a lot of things. So if we go to the edit page, and remember, first of all, we make sure that every reference of book, we change it to state. We just say refresh. It sorts a lot of problem for us. So we remove all the things we don't need. We don't need date, and it's just going to be a state name. And the edit just has one field, which is the name field. So we'll delete every other field. I'll delete this field, and I'll just leave the submit button. Cool. So we just have one field, which I'm going to change to state name. So the field's name is a text and it's state title instead of state name. Changes to state name, and then the name is name. Enter your state. Enter state name. Okay, and then we have everything works well for us. We have name. If there's an error in the name, so everything works well. So let's refresh and see if we still have any errors left. So I'll reload, and bang. So we're good to go. You can always this is an edit field, so it's already telling us that what we're editing is the Lagos state. So we can always edit it from here and it works perfectly. So the next one is when we want to create a new state. We're supposed to see an error here. So we just go to the add page, and of course do our magic. Every occurrence of book, change it to state, and then what we're going to do is to make sure that we just have only one field. We delete this, make sure that every occurrence of title here is changed to name. We change this to name, and enter your state. Enter state name. So this RawPHP boilerplate code kind of helps us to quickly sort out things by ourselves. And do we have any other thing? Okay, title is changed to name, and the method here is supposed to be post. So let's go back to our edit method and see. The method here is not supposed to. It's supposed to be post. It's a post request. Okay. Now we're good to go in our add, and everything works perfectly well. So if we come and refresh here, all our errors should be gone. So that works pretty much well for us. So you can do that for the local government by yourself and see whether you can get it correctly. And don't forget, if you go to the RawPHP page on the RawPHP docs, if you go to RawPHP docs homepage, you will see that there's a link to a Facebook page where you can join and ask direct questions. Okay, so RawPHP, I think it's the main one. So if you click on this is the RawPHP, and it's opening. If you scroll down, you will see, among other things, that there's a Facebook group you can join. So you click on this to join the RawPHP Facebook group, or you go to Facebook and simply search for RawPHP and join in, so you can get live answers when you need them.